Hello everyone, my name is Celeste and thank you for watching. Today I'm going to show you a video on how I do my roasted potatoes. So if you would like to see how I get these, then please keep watching. So I'm starting out with 5 medium-sized red potatoes, but you can use however many you'd like. And I'm just washing them and cutting them up in half. And then I cut each of those pieces in half again. And then I just start slicing about 1-inch pieces about per se-ish, somewhere in there. They don't have to be perfect. And then if I see any spots I don't like, then I'll just take that little piece off and keep it pushing. So then I do the same thing with the other half, just cutting it like so and finding any spots I don't really like and taking those out. And that's that on that. That's about the size that I get. They're not all the same size though. As you can see, we're gonna call it rustic, you know? So that's what we got. Perfect. Moving on, here's a look at the seasonings I use. I don't always use these seasonings, but this is what we got right now. And that's what I'm gonna use. So in a slightly oiled pan, I'm putting the potatoes in. This pan used to be non-stick, but you know, life happens. So then I'm adding in my seasonings. The salt, use to your discretion. I'm not going to tell you how much salt to put in because I don't like to use a lot of salt, so I'm not going to say that. But for everything else, like the garlic powder and the onion powder and so on, then you use about a tablespoon of each, or 1 to 2 tablespoons. Until your ancestors tell you that, okay, stop. We have some cumin going in. Is it cumin or cumin? I don't know why I have such a hard time saying that. And then we have some seafood seasoning. I know that's kind of weird, but like Old Bay. It's like an Old Bay dupe, and that's like my new seasoning salt. I don't know, it's so good. And then we have some paprika. I love paprika, of course. And that little bit of pepper that I have left, I really need to re-up. It's embarrassing, but we're gonna add some pepper in, and then we're going to mix it all together to make sure everything is fully coated in the seasonings and not just one side of it is seasoned. And then we're going to flatten it out to make sure that everything is evenly coated on the bottom of the pan. And moving on, we're gonna pop it in the oven. I put my oven to like 440-ish, and after 20 minutes they will be like this. You'll flip them over and you'll put them back in the oven after this. Nothing else if you want, just regular old nicely roasted potatoes. That's what I do if I don't want anything else. And this is what they'd look like after 40 minutes total. They're in the oven for 40 minutes. And this is what they look like. Perfectly crunchy on the outside and deliciously just on the inside. But I wanted to add a little extra today. So I am cutting up some bell peppers and onions and mushrooms. So I'm starting off with a red bell pepper. And I'm taking half of it, about half of it. And I'm just going to dice it up into little cubes, like so. I did use a lot of bell peppers, but you don't have to use this many. I feel like maybe a quarter of each bell pepper that I used would have been fine. And then like a little less onion, but I mean, I like my veggies, so it's all good. We're gonna just keep it pushing. Look at that green bell pepper though. Was that not like one of the most photogenic green bell peppers you've ever seen? Maybe it's just me, but I thought that was a beautiful looking green bell pepper. But we're doing the same thing with this one. We're just cutting it in half and then dicing it up. It doesn't have to be perfect. I really just want to eat it. I don't care. We can call it rustic. We can call it, I don't know, something like that. Rustic. It's definitely not perfect. It's not gonna be like, I'm not a chef. I don't really care for perfectly shaped vegetables. I just want to eat it, to be honest. So that's what we're doing. We're just cutting these things up so that we can eat. Like, we don't have time for all that. And I'm also taking red onion. I like the red onions. I don't know. And I debated how I should cut this, but I decided to just cut that little piece in half. And I guess a 1/4 cup of onion-ish. That's probably more than that, but we're going to say a 1/4 cup of onions is what we're going to use. And again, I'm just cutting it up like this. It does not have to be perfect. I want it small enough to be forkable. Is that a word? I want to be able to stab my fork in it. I don't know. Then we're gonna just take some white mushrooms, regular in the pack mushrooms that I found at the store, and then I'm gonna just dice those up. I think mushrooms are a good source of protein, but I have to check that, to be honest. Do not quote me on that, because I don't know. Girl, I don't know. But I'm cutting them up. If you don't like mushrooms, skip this. It's not that important. But I just did that, and then here's what we got. All of our delicious, colorful spread. Hello. So we got our red onions, and our mushrooms, and our red bell pepper, and our green bell pepper. And after, this is still the 20-minute mark. So like halfway through cooking your potatoes, you're going to put in your vegetables. Halfway through. So that they can also cook down and not be too crunchy, unless you like that. If you like crunchy vegetables, then by all means. But I wanted it to cook down with my potatoes, so carefully going to mix that in a little bit without disturbing the potatoes too much, and then pop that in the oven. After 20 more minutes, this is what it's looking like. Golden brown, delicious. The vegetables are cooked. They're like saute style soft. And here we go. We're plating it up. And if you see my little just egg in the corner, oh my god, so cute. But anyway, that's what it looks like. My big plate, yes, period. And so moving on, I like hot sauce on my potatoes, like I've said in my what I eat in a day video. So I'll do hot sauce, and I'll put a dollop of sour cream on top. Yum yum. And that's for calories' sake, because I like calories. I need it. I like that, and I need it. So that's it. A little parsley on top, and there you go. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you appreciate this video as much as I appreciate making it for you. And a special shout out to Elizabeth for even suggesting this video, and I will see you all on my next one. Bye guys!